And ladies and gentlemen, we are jumping into the third match right here on the Rush GG Sinister Cup. Everybody out there, it is TTV here on the Purple Squad versus Random People. The crazy thing about the events that have led us to where we are today right now in this tourney is that TTV has actually won one match, but so have Random People. So each one of these teams actually in a best of 3. Oftentimes we see the grand finals in a tourney going to be a best of 5. This one actually best of 3 will show which of these teams now is going to be the full-on victor, I guess, of the entire tournament. So Lutano up here on the top lane. Typical 1-1-3 you see in Masters play, especially tourneys. This is old meta. We're just now getting to the last episode. You know, we were filming some of these at the end of November. It was recorded kind of in early November, so essentially this is kind of like post-edition of commentary after it's all transpired. So while some of this is previous meta to the December 9th update to the game, still absolutely an amazing match. Please just trust me on that. These are two teams that really did battle it out, make a lot of the previous matches down to the wire, and so we expect no less, obviously. It has been a while, though, since I've seen the full match in detail and everything, so this will almost be like new for me, too. Lutano getting picked away by the Cinderace, or Raboot, we should say, at this moment, but Cinderace player, and that does seem that Goof, GG, as the Sylveon, will get a KO down here at the bottom lane as they clear out the bees. Everybody's at least gotten through the first bees, we should say. Lutano, we can actually confirm right now, running Pup as well as TB right here. Both Lucarios running Power-Up Punch. We can obviously see, especially under old meta, but even sometimes nowadays, I think people are still doing this after the nerfs to Power-Up Punch. And look at TB actually down at half health right now. A little bit of a test of might with Lutano having 16. You know, getting any more points to this, that score can be disrupted. You know, even if you have that score shield, even just with Lucario being who Lucario is, when you're on that goal, you know, that's usually why you have those point values. It's usually like 1 through 12-ish, maybe 14. Those you can score in faster, get that XP, get the HP that comes from it. Nowadays, it's been nerfed a little bit, of course, but you see right there with that 21, it's been disrupted. The score shield is actually not enough to keep you through that when you have this high enough of point value. Like we say, those smaller point values allow it to be scored a lot faster, a lot easier, and so we should just say with that, you know, the other component of this all is stacking that attack weight. You know, usually Lutano, of course, running that attack weight. Things can be a little bit variable, though. We've talked about this a lot. Anyway, Zug gonna be kind of initiating right here on the orange team. That's Random People once again, and the second bees are now on the map, so it was good to try to drive them back, but it looks like they had no problem trying to interject right here, get their hits in on the bees as well. Goof, GG is Sylveon, gonna be running that hyper voice right here. We can confirm that as Indy and Zug. Obviously, Eldegoss, Snorlax. This was back in the days. We haven't seen Zugrug playing Snorlax kind of in recent times. If we're, I should just maybe indicate I'm recording this in mid-December, so like I say, kind of my other two matches that we did the commentary for, they were at least closer to when the recording was. We may be playing a little bit of catch-up on the channel right here. As noticed, Lucario on the orange squad, that's Tibi, has taken out both Goof and Lutano. And then Indy Bear being picked off by the Cinderace, of course. That was from Random People, the orange squad. Zug gonna get some much-needed momentum right here as Drednaw is really being contested in right side team, so Random People will get that before they then take out Zugrug and that Snorlax. Like we were just saying, though, to finish that thought out, we're playing catch-up on the channel, but also having kind of an old filler tourney match right here as we work on some other projects, too. You guys gotta know how this ends, right? Keep on watching till the end, and you'll see which of these titans, which of these two teams is going to take all the marbles. Who says that? Alright, so we got Indy Bear, Zugrug, Snorlax, who is gonna heavy slam into this team fight right here, and Lutano all up on that top lane, about to be supported by Toon, who, interestingly enough, we've mentioned before, you know, Goof and Toon are usually the ones that are gonna change characters if anybody on TTV kind of changes their characters. And then Zugrug, of course, kind of recently threw me off, right? Notice that Random People, one thing they've been doing is rolling deep. You know, this squad, obviously we can see that each team right now, they do just have one kind of off laning. It's the TB as the Lucario, who did just take out the off laner for TTV, which was Goof as that Sylveon, and getting in a massive 40. So that's going to help Random People a lot. Also going to get the Rotom. So both objectives first stacked in their favor, as well as some of these meaningful KOs, I would say. But yeah, Zugrug, I guess, out of Snorlax jail. You know, Lutano often describes it as Lucario jail, Lucario prison. Being stuck with that one character, Lutano just in this knockdown, drag-out fight right here. And then Lutano falls. Dangerous, you guys. Very deadly. Chroma, the Mr. Mime, possibly going to rotate down, but no, actually going to be in that tall grass and see Zugrug up there on that top lane. But Goof, Indy Bear, they're going to be taking out some of this on the bottom lane. Get this farm. Let's accumulate some points. We got to regroup if you're TTV. Notice Zugrug, against all odds, really. really gonna go ahead and score in this 13 here on the top lane. We'll grab some berries. Obviously with Snorlax's passive, you can get a lot more HP from those berries compared to the average bear, let's say. Shelvin, though, this Cinderace definitely putting in work right now. Snorlax a big target to take out, but maybe our Cinderace right here. Gonna secure that as Indy and Lutano up here on the top lane will break that goal. A little bit of good news for TTV, obviously. They do need to be looking maybe at this second dread. It is on the field, so likely already going to be pursued right now by random people, obviously. They are going for it, taking it down to about halfway. We're seeing Zug is going to try to initiate with that heavy slam. A right side team. Once again, random people will take that on. And Zugrug again falling at the objective at the Drednaw. It's definitely unfortunate if you are TTV. Sometimes that'll happen though. I mean, if you are the lone Pokemon trying to steal the objective, it pays off massively because you had only one person amidst a sea, especially in this case of random people. We mean, of course, the squad named Random People. I guess you could say random people in the future though, not the squad. Point being, you know, if they have their entire squad, your opposition, let's say they've got all 5 of them there and you steal it, I mean, that pays off massively, right? Because you're that one lone Pokemon able to take on all 5 of them. But when it doesn't pay off, obviously the squad gets what they want, you know, and they got to take out that Zugrug Snorlax very easily right there. And now look at Lutano getting picked off again. We're seeing these team fights where random people really are, like I said earlier, they're rolling deep. We just want to note that they are coming to play. They have everybody in the right spots. We can just overwhelm TTV. That might be what you need to take down the Titan. I mean, I have described this in other tourneys that I've casted before. When you see a team like TTV, it can be really hard to make them lose their momentum. You know, you don't ever want to sleep when you're ahead, let's say. But random people knows that they need to pick off each of the members as they can. Notice again, it's like Lutano's in this fight right here. Might be Lutano entering a fight that didn't necessarily come with a good advantage. Certainly. They've turned those around before, but notice that these 3 random people, good job to TTV because Toon is going to go ahead and jump in there along with Indy Bear and Goof now. So that was an instance where TTV probably knew it. They probably knew that exact thing that I was talking about, which is, hey, like, we're losing these team fights because we're getting ganged up on 3 versus 2, or sometimes 3 versus 1, 4 versus 1, whatever it may be. They were at a disadvantage by the numbers. Taking out members of random people right here, one by one. Zug is going to provide that defense with the block. Some of them will get through, get around that, but look, notice that right when Pikachu got around it, boom, gets taken out by the rest of TTV. So that was definitely a good positioning, good play all around if you were Purple Squad right there. TTV, Zug will heavy slam as Lutano heads up. We got to keep in mind, you know, there would be an opportunity for bursting Drednaw, but probably better to prepare for the Zapdos, really. I mean, you would only have those 15 seconds. You could certainly burst it if everybody was there, but, you know, the idea, and random people might do this actually kind of later than I thought. They may actually go for it, you guys, because you can see that they are all going into that bottom middle of the screen. It's a yes, random people. That's it right there. Right side team will get that last Drednaw, and again, we just had about 2 seconds for that Zapdos to appear on screen, maybe 3, but you notice how quickly they are actually, I guess one advantage to that, you know, just as I'm seeing this all transpire and unfold, is that meant that they were largely all together, other than the Pikachu right here, Gatlu. Pikachu kind of hanging out in the choke, and that's actually drawing Zugrug out of this. Notice the Lutano gonna be off laning, gonna back cap, score in that 60 right here. All point values are doubled. We are in that final stretch. Ladies and gentlemen, I was just gonna say though, random people having their team organized like that could hit this Zapdos and actually get it. TTV though now has had enough time to regroup, get everybody in there. Goof was taken out. Unfortunately, Zug is now though going to go ahead and block through, taking a lot of damage and quickly. That Cinderace is deadly, and we do have obviously Zervas, the Eldegoss, gonna be healing, but look at that, getting taken out right there. That was crucial for Lutano to take out the Shelvin, I believe is his name, the Cinderace player for random people. This is absolutely nuts. Less than 20 points between our 2 teams right here. Zug actually somehow gonna get off that 60 here on the bottom lane. That is going to help TTV massively, but losing Lutano right now, not gonna help, obviously. We're gonna be stating the obvious right here. Toon got W, could definitely benefit from scoring in this 50. It's just you gotta pick that right time. I mean, he is gonna, no, not gonna TP back to base. We saw that there was the beginnings of a TP, possibly gonna be back to base. Indy Bear doing everything he can. I know what it's like to be a support in these situations sometimes, because you want to go help your team at Zap, but look at Toon, you know, trying to, maybe can we pick off Tibi the Lucario? Akroma gonna go ahead, try to barrier off some people. Look at Zap, it's down to that 75% gone. That HP, it's going down massively. Which team is gonna get it? It looks like random people are actually going to secure this. So in a complete twist, I was thinking, you know, that this was preceding how TTV could actually win this matchup. Goof stopped by the wall right there, the barrier from Mr. Mime. Indy's gonna go towards the goals. Toon got W, gonna go score, but Orange Squad, random people, now gonna bring this up in their favor. Look at this, all these 50s, hundos maybe? Yep, larger point point values being scored right there. Mr. Mime gonna get it in 100. Indy Bear not able to score that. I thought he was actually gonna get that in. We did see that Toon got W, got that 100. We don't know who has won this matchup. I think it might be Orange Squad in a surprising upset, actually, for how that match was going. Yes, that is gonna be Random People, ladies and gentlemen. 508 to 468. It's gonna be a difference of 40 points exactly, and that means that we can hand the championship trophy to Random People. Wonderful job. It's not easy to take down the juggernaut of Team TTV, but they have done it. That'll conclude the Rush GG Sinister Cup from November. I've been Dr. Kendo. If you have annotations on, feel free to click an end screen and see another video or check the top pinned comment.
And thanks for viewing.